Hello again, welcome to Game Design 1. I'm Lab Specialist Richard Altrecci, and the man behind the camera is Lab Specialist Kyle Rasmussen. Today we're going to be talking about Splendor. Splendor is a 2 to 3 player game where players race to be the first to reach 15 prestige points by collecting cards of different colored gems and prestige values. We're going to be taking a look at the rules, gameplay, and meaningful choices involved. Let's get into it.
Alright, so when setting up the game, we have our gem tokens, we have our development cards, and we have our nobility cards. Starting off with the gem tokens, we start off with 7, but as we were playing a 2-player game, we have removed 3, so now we have 4. We do this with all of the gem tokens, except for the gold stack. Now moving on to the development cards, we have 3 stacks of development cards arranged in difficulty, going from easiest with 1 dot to hardest with 3. Now we take the top 4 from our development deck and we lay them face up next to the deck corresponding. Now on to the nobility cards. We have 3 nobility cards as we have a 2-player game. The number of nobility cards corresponds to the number of players plus 1 nobility card. So if we were going to play with 3, we would have a 4th card placed right here.
At the beginning of each turn, a player can choose one of 4 actions. One action can be drawing 3 gemstones, 1 of each color. Another action can be choosing 2 gemstones of 1 color. Another action can be reserving a card either in play or from the draw pile along with a gold token and set to the side. This gold token can represent any gemstone color. And the 4th action can be purchasing a development card either from in play or from the reserve. So for example, to purchase this one, I'd need 2 blue gem tokens and 1 green. This would enter my inventory, and this would be considered a card I can use as a gemstone always available to me. After that is played, if I met the requirements of any one of these noble cards, I can have that noble card visit me, and I would gain 3 prestige points, and he would always stay with me during my turn. And that ends a player's turn. So here's a scenario between 2 players in which player 1 will go first and currently has 9 prestige points. Afterwards, player 2 will go, and he currently has 11 prestige points. We're going to take a look at the meaningful choices in these last few turns. Alright, so as we start off the round, player 1 is going to go first, and he realizes that, player 2 can purchase this green gem, putting him at 14 and closer to victory. So he's going to go ahead and reserve this card and get it out of the way. I'm going to flip this card, and that ends player 1's turn. Now, player 2 is going to go, and he realizes, okay, well, maybe I should pick up a couple of gems here, set myself up to purchase a couple cards instead of just banking it all on one, because player 1 can still reserve another card. So player 2 is going to pick up 3 gems. All right. Red, blue, and green. And that's going to end player's 2 turn. Player 1 goes again, and now he's going to purchase the card that he reserved, putting him closer to the race, and he's going to use this yellow token as a white gem as he meets the requirements for all the others. So he's going to go ahead and purchase that. I'll place that there. And it costs him 3, so these go back. And that ends player 1's turn. Player 2 is going to go, and he has enough to purchase this card here, so he's going to go for it. Okay, and he has to sacrifice 2 green, and that ends player 2's turn. Now player 1 is going to go, and he realizes, okay, we're getting close. I know that player 2 is only 1 prestige point away from winning, and he notices that. He's going to go ahead and try to reserve this card, and that's going to end player 1's turn. However, there's a 1 white on the board, and player 2 definitely has enough to purchase the white, which of course he will. Player 2 has reached 15 prestige points, and that ends the game. That was our review of Splendor. Thanks again for watching.